this problem we're asked to solve the system of equations using elimination, and we're starting way up here. Well, it starts with some equations that have some fractions in them. 2x over 5 plus y over 4 equals 4. X over 2 minus y over 6 equals 3. I don't want to deal with these fractions while using the elimination in my first step. So my first step is actually going to be to clear the denominators. And what that means is get rid of these denominators. And how we do that is multiplying through by the common denominator, or the least common multiple. So I look at 5 and 4 and I found that 20 is the smallest thing both will go into. So I'm going to multiply by the number 20 to all three of the terms in this equation. And in this equation number 2 down here, I'm going to multiply by the number 6, because 2 and 6, that's the smallest thing that 2 and 6 can both go into is 6. So that's a little technique you can use to clear the fractions, because look what happens once I distribute it through to all the three terms on both sides of the equal sign. We have 20 times 2x. Well, 5 will go into itself once. 5 will go into 24 times. So then we have the 4 times the 2x, giving us 8x over here. Then 4 will go into itself once. 4 will go into 25 times. So we have plus 5y equals, and I put that over here. And then we have equals. We have the 20 times the 4, which equals 80. So I have this brand new equation 1. This equation 1 is actually equal to the original equation 1, but it's going to be easier to work with now because we've cleared the denominators. We do the same thing with equation 2, multiply through by a 6. So multiplying by the first fraction, 2 go into itself once, 2 go into 6 3 times, so we have 3x. This 6 goes into itself once, and this 6 goes into itself once, so we just have minus y, and then 6 times 3 is 18. So again, I have this brand new equation 2. It's actually equal to the first equation 2, the original, but now there's no fractions to deal with. So now I'm going down here. Now we can solve using substitution. So I have my equation 1 and my equation 2 here now, my new ones. I can see that the 5y is lined up here with a minus y. Now if instead of a minus y, if I made this a minus 5y, then when I added the two equations together, my y's would eliminate, and that's what the elimination method is all about. So because there's not a minus 5y here right now, I'm going to multiply everything through by this 5 so that there will be a minus 5y. So 5 times 3x gives me my 15x right here. 5 minus times negative y gives me my negative 5y here. And 5 times 18 gives me my 90 here. Now we're ready to use the elimination method by adding straight up and down. So 8x plus 15x makes 23x. 5y plus negative 5y makes 0y, so I don't even need to write it there. And 80 plus 90 makes 170. Now I got it down to one equation with just an x in it, no more y's in it at all. So we're just ready to solve for x by dividing by 23 on both sides. So now we found out what x is, so we're not quite done. We just need to now go back, final step, take this x value that I just found out and plug it back into any of the original equations. Could be these ones up here, or you could do the original two, but I won't because that would be even more messy with the fractions. So I'm going to I chose to plug it back into equation 2, and I haven't finished this yet, but I'm going to put 170 over 23 in the x spot of equation 2. See how equation 2 looked like this, 3x minus y equals 18. Now instead of 3x, I'm going to have 3 times what x is equal to, 170 over 23 minus y equals 18. So I get 510 over 23 minus y equals 18. Now I need to get the y alone, so I'm going to subtract 510 over 23 on both sides. Which is going to leave me with negative y equals, now I have 18 minus 510 over 23. I can't combine these right now unless I have a common denominator. Right now it's 18 over 1. So I'm going to make a common denominator of 23. So since this 1 was times by 23, I need to times the 18 with 23, which gives me 414. Now I need to take 414 and subtract 510, because I can now subtract the numerators. So I have negative y equals negative 96 over 23. Now I don't want to know what negative y is, I want to know what positive y is, so my last step is going to divide by negative 1, making this positive. So it looks like y is equal to 96 over 23, and x is equal to 170 over 23, and that's our final answer.